Hi mathematicians, in today's activity you are going to learn about a special set of angles that are created when you have a set of parallel lines that are cut by a transversal. So before we get started talking about the actual angles, let's make sure we even know what the heck we're talking about when we're talking about parallel lines. So I'm going to make this picture a little bigger here. And as you can see, you have two lines in this diagram that are parallel to each other. And just in case we've forgotten what that means, it means that those two lines are the same distance apart from one another, which means that they are never going to intersect. And intersect is the big kid word for cross. So those are never going to cross each other because they are parallel. Okay? And then the word that you might remember from 8th grade, but believe me, I know we've all had various background experiences with 8th grade math. The word transversal refers to this line right here that cuts across those two parallel lines. Trans, the prefix trans means to go across, like how when we transport something, we take something from one place to another. So a transversal crosses those two parallel lines. And so whenever you have two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal, it forms a set of 8 special angles, and those angles are designated by these letters A through H in this particular example. And there's special relationships that exist between all of these different angles. And so today you're going to learn exactly what those relationships are called. But rather than us just, do notes, we're going to ask you to make some educated guesses about which angles represent each relationship. And so that is where the pieces of information that are here come into play. So you'll notice every single time you click this button right here that says new angles, you'll get a new diagram, and it will give you 2 different angles that are represented in that diagram. And it's totally okay that the angles change because the relationships are still going to be the same. So let's just say, I'm going to click new angles, and this is the first one I'm going to get. So it's asking me to use these little drop-down menus to try to determine what is it about those particular angles. So, for example, the first thing it's asking us is to determine whether angle B, so angle B is right here, it's asking us to determine whether angle B is acute, obtuse, or right. And those are words that you might not have heard for a little while, so I'm going to remind you what those mean. So, acute is any angle that is less than 90 degrees, okay? And 90 degrees are what a right angle is. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration here. So the right angle is going to be any angle that forms a right angle like that, that's 90 degrees. So an acute angle is less than 90 degrees, and an obtuse angle is more than 90 degrees. So it's asking us about angle B, which again, angle B is the one that's right here. So I'm going to zoom in here on the angle to make it a little bit easier for you to see. So angle B, I'm going to draw what a right angle would look like kind of on top of angle B. So remember, a right angle would look like this, would have like that squared. Well, angle B clearly opens up and it's bigger than 90 degrees, right? Because it opens up farther back. It doesn't just go straight up. So this is an example of an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So which one of those options is greater than 90 degrees? That means angle B would be an obtuse angle. And then it also asks us about angle C, and angle C is the one right here. Just like angle B, angle C is also bigger than a 90-degree angle, because a 90-degree angle would be just kind of straight, like that, squared off. So angle C is also an obtuse angle, so I'm going to select obtuse. Now we need to take just an educated guess about what the relationship is between angle B and angle C. And if I click on the drop-down menu here, you're going to see these are all the possible choices that we have for the relationship that those two angles have. And it's helpful to use your background knowledge to determine exactly what which word might represent